They want me to change, but I ain't changing. Nah, I remain the same.
And you are now tuned into another episode of Intellectually Petty Radio, brought to you by M3S3 Clothing. Men make moves and suckers stand still. And as always, on the mighty Nerve DJs Radio Network, I am Jobs. I am your host of Intellectually Petty Radio. And tonight, you know what? Let me start off with this. I think the whole world knows at this point that O.J. Simpson has passed away at the age of 76 from cancer. And oh boy, them folks is upset. I have not seen so much disrespect on the passing of someone in the history of me breathing. And I'm not here to defend this man. I'm not here to say how great he was, but I'm also not about to spit on his grave. Your man's did some phenomenal things and some not so phenomenal things, and I'll leave it at that. Rest in peace to O.J. Simpson. Tonight, I'm waiting on our guest, Spiritually Gifted. We're supposed to have some free tarot card readings tonight. I have never had a tarot card reading, and to be quite honest, I've thought about it before and kind of choked, got a little scared, a little intimidated, whatever you want to call it. And I just happened to be running across stuff on the book, and I came across Spiritually Gifted's page. And I'm like, hey, you know what? You want to do some tarot card readings? And here we are. Unfortunately, she ain't. So I'm waiting on. And I've been lately, man. This year, I think I've had more no shows this year than I've had in the last 5 years combined. So I don't know, and maybe I just need to let Rita do everything, because when Rita does it, everything goes smoothly, you know. And I had gotten so used to booking everything myself that it was a little hard initially to give up, you know, control of booking guests. But Rita's so fucking dope at it, and so efficient that it has made it so much easier. What's up, Nakaya? I'm still trying to get you on for a cooking episode. You know that's been years. I've been begging you. And how's the baby? How's the family? I'm waiting on Spiritually Gifted, and hopefully she shows up. You know, I did reach out to her yesterday. She was like, "Yeah, we good." Reached out to her today to let her know. Sent her the link yesterday, actually at 8 o'clock in the morning. Yeah, we got to get it together, Nikaya. No, sweetie, you got to get it together. Cause I've been ready. You know, you popped up on my timeline, so I thought that's so dope. Yeah, but come on, man, let me know when you want to come on and give us a cooking demonstration, cause I'm all with that. You know, and I see what you've been doing over the years. I have watched, and like you just, the food looks so amazing. I'm ready when you are. You know, and I think you already got the skill set to film it and everything. You've been doing that for a minute. It ain't, you know, I've never had anybody come on the show and do like a live demonstration. So I would absolutely love that. What's up, Teresa? I am waiting on our guest. Y'all know me. I'm going to give it about 15, 20 minutes, and then I'm going to bounce on you. We're not going to wait all day. And I did send you the whatchamacallit Sunday afternoon. Good. I'm off Sunday too. So whenever you just hit me up and we'll connect in. Oh, my bad. If you heard the echo, that was me scrolling through and kind of coming across the live stream. My bad. Yeah, so you just hit me up Sunday, because I work to tomorrow and Saturday, but Sunday I am off, and then I work Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. I'm trying to put in some extra little hours, so my time may be a little more limited than usual for the next month or so, cause I got some goals I'm trying to obtain, and it's gonna require some money. It is seven. Okay, so she just hit me up. So let's see. I did say seven, and it is it's 7:06 now. Sometimes the if you on the West Coast, sometimes that get lost in the translation. Or if you are in Texas, that gets lost in the translation. And my bad for y'all showing the top of my hat. But hopefully we can get her on. Oh wow, she's on Central Time. So yeah. I can't text and talk at the same time. Yeah, I'm trying. Definitely want to take the family out for a little vacation this summer. So, kind of got that planned up. Uh, and unfortunately, she's on Central Time, and she kind of got that confused. So my apologies. All right. Yeah, I wish I was good at multitasking. Um, this is you know what I did not anticipate. Some interest in the tarot card readings. I'm still a little nervous about getting one. Like I don't want to hear, oh, you're gonna die in 2 days. Although doing my little limited research that I did, the death card doesn't necessarily mean you physically dying. It could mean the end of the job you're at, the end of your relationship, the end of a friendship. It doesn't necessarily, it's not all as gloom and doom or as super gloom and doom as I used to think. So I felt a little bit better. Oh wow. Okay. Yeah, I can't do that. She says she's in traffic 35 minutes away from home. Um, Yeah, my bad for the silence. It's just I'm horrible with multitasking. If you've ever watched the show, uh, yeah, because I'm not. Yeah, this is just. Yeah, I do apologize again because it may not go down because she says she is in traffic 35 minutes away from home, and she just got off of work. So, if she wants to call in and we can talk about it for the next half an hour and then do a half an hour of some readings, that would be fire. And if not, I guess that is God's will that I shouldn't be doing getting a tarot card reading in the first place. I'm curious, Teresa. Why were you interested? I would like to know. And if you'd like to come on and talk about it, you can. Nikaya, if you're still out there and you'd like to, matter of fact, here, this is what we're gonna do. I'm gonna put the link out there if you want to join this little live stream and talk about some shit. Let's make a date of it. If she can't come on tonight, we can talk about whatever. If she can, we got 35 to 40 minutes, and we'll still have a few minutes to get a couple of readings. I don't know how long a tarot reading takes, but I did put the link in the chat for Facebook and YouTube. I don't know if you can actually. You should be able to get to those, and let me go to, let me know if you can actually use that or not. Because if not, we'll figure something out. What's up, Imani? How you doing? Do me a favor. I'm trying to, because our guest is, she thought it was Central Time. I'm surprised at that. Wow. That's wild. Okay. She's late. So she's a half an hour late, but I did not anticipate this much interest in it. I was just was kind of something that, I was thinking for myself. Uh, let's matter of fact, Imani, do me a favor. Use that link that I posted in there and see if you can tap in. And I'd like to discuss your interest in tarot readings. Give me something to talk about. Wow, we see if she's gonna be able to come on or not. And from what I was researching, I don't know, tarot card readings started in like the 1400s. And you know what? Let's The earliest references to tarot all date to the 1440s and 1450s and fall within the quadrilateral defined by the northern cities of Venice, Milan, Florence, and Urbino. Because of the complicated nature of the game by that point, it is likely that it had begun evolving earlier in the century. The earliest known, again, the earliest known tarot cards were created in Italy, and they were used to play a game called Tarachi, which is similar to bridge. I feel like this is their version of tarot cards. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong. And okay, you're not seeing the link. Yeah, I posted it. It should be in there. But what I'm gonna do is, hold on. Let me. I'm just gonna inbox you the link, Imani. And if you are familiar with the history of tarot cards, because something tells me that it just, how they give us a history that is not an accurate history, just because they have the ability to give us a history. And I did just inbox you the link, Imani. I would like to know, have you ever had a reading? If you've ever had a reading, I'd like to know. And what did you think of it? Did it scare you? Were you satisfied with the reading? Okay, now the link is definitely in the YouTube chat. So I just looked at that and verified that. And I'm not sure why it's not in the, or maybe actually it went on the Intellectually Petty live chat. And that's a possibility. And I think it is. Yeah, it is. So my bad. Oh, there we go. What's going on, Queen?
What's going on? How are you?
I'm doing all right. How about yourself?
Tired, tired, tired.
I feel you on that. Have you ever had a reading before?
Absolutely. I do tarot readings sometimes myself for personal people in my circle.
Really?
hmm
You got some cards handy?
Not with me right now. I'm on campus.
Oh, okay. So was your reading true?
hmm
What did it say?
I only do readings with people I honestly kind of know their history and their experience, um, their spirituality a little bit, know their background.
Mm-hmm.
Because giving a lot of people access to your energy can be detrimental. In my opinion, that's my opinion. But as far as the people who have done readings on me are like people who are in my spiritual circle, and they were pretty accurate. It was not more so of them knowing because they knew the details of my life because I don't tell everybody everything,
Mm-hmm.
but it was pretty accurate. Yeah, it spoke on. I think the most recent reading I got was um, back in, I want to say like January, I think. Um, and it spoke on my success, what I'm doing, things that I'm moving on, things that I've kind of had been having thoughts about, but never had mentioned to anyone. It spoke on how those things will possibly come to pass if I do focus on them and give them my energy. As well as spoke on who's around me, certain individuals, whether they're good for me, whether they're not good for me, or who's in my atmosphere that may have some type of negative perception of me or have a negative connotation about me. So spoke on different relationships that I had and just gave me some guidance. It's not more so of a solution base. It's more so of guidance. Um, my spirituality is African based, so the difference is tarot cards is more so of my way of just checking in versus I like to let people know that it's not related to the African traditional religion that I practice. However, it is part of my spirituality as I have used it to check in on certain aspects of my life. But if there's a real issue or something that's going in, then I have people in my spiritual circle that I can go to for those issues specifically. But
So can you
tarot
like
cards.
so tarot cards, is that like a conversation that you're having with that person where you're asking them questions and they're using the cards to answer, or they are just using the cards to read for you and y'all discussing what they see?
So I'm gonna speak from when I do readings. When I do readings, so spiritually, and I don't talk about this a lot. I don't talk about this a lot, but I'm kind of I would say what they call clairvoyant. So I kind of can I have dreams, so I'm a seer, so I see spirits, I hear spirits, things of that nature. You may think I'm crazy, but it's not. It's all good. I don't care about all of that. But so when I do a tarot reading, it's more so of me inviting my ancestral spirits into my realm, my spiritual guides into my atmosphere, to provide a message if there's a message from the other side for the person that is sitting or the person that's requesting the reading. And through that, I use the cards to kind of um, whatever I sense from the cards, so whatever card they throw out, because it's in the process we're shuffling, we're handling the cards, and especially and just like with any other divination tool, when you're dealing with spirituality, you want to deal with that particular divination tool on as much as possible because it kind of aligns with your energy. So I just use it to um, I, I interpret the cards one by my knowledge of the cards and what I've learned from the people that's in my circle who are teaching me these things, but as well as what I feel based off of what's going on with the cards, how the cards are pictured, or whether it's a sword or whether it's a pentacle, or um, to interpret how what they're trying to speak on and what they're trying to say.
Okay, and Gustav Norton says anybody for cards should. I'm sure you mean message you, but you put massage you. Interesting. I'm not doing that, bruh. However, I'm just being petty. I'm fairly certain that was a typo.
Right, right,
But I'm
right.
not understanding what you're trying to say. Are you saying that you also, Gustav, do tarot card readings? And if somebody wants one, they should message you? Clarify that for me. Because well, my guest is not here, so I'm just waiting on her to get because she is currently driving on her way back from work. So I'm waiting, to hear from her, and hopefully, she can give us a few minutes or do a couple readings because I am kind of interested. I have been going through. I have been going through some things religiously, and
Mhm,
I'm not a religious person, and I
mhm,
have My curiosity has been piqued. I've had
Hmm.
some really wild dreams over the last couple of months,
Mm.
and I just something in me said get a tarot card reading.
Okay.
You know, so,
Um, I wouldn't stand against that because I'm a dreamer. So like, if there's something that I need to know, um, I will I will dream about it. If something needs to be revealed to me, I will dream about it, and it'll be just as clear as me having a vision. Um, and I remember it, and I kind of try most of the times I try to keep a dream journal to write down what my dreams are, so that I can kind of go back and if they are too complicated again, I have people in my spiritual circle where I can go and be like, oh, okay, listen, this is what came up in my dream. What is this trying to tell me? Because I'm not clear enough in it. Or I'll ask specifically, or I'll do a tarot on myself and be like, what were you trying to tell me? What are you trying to show me? What are you trying to reveal to me? Um, because I'm not religious in the sense of I go to church or I'm into Christianity or anything. Like I said, I do practice African traditional religion, so we have our own specific divination system um, of how we learn and interpret and get guidance. Um, and just to if anybody who is on that knows what I do practice, tarot cards is not used. I like to say this: it's not used to talk to any Orishas or anybody within my African traditional religions. Tarot cards is completely different divination system. So sometimes those the wires do get crossed, but I would definitely, if it's telling you to, if your spirits are telling you to get a reading, it's definitely something to tap into. Um, as I stated, when you I like to know who I'm dealing with. And so I kind of looked when I seen you posted her, I kind of looked at it and was like, it'd be interesting to see what she picks up for me. Um, because I do get readings sometimes and give them myself. But again, I do personal people who are close to my circle because opening um I don't like opening up having everybody have access to my energy. And so because I'm an empath and so it can drain me.
okay, so when you say getting a tarot reading is allowing somebody access to your energy, how?
Um, well, we are all spiritual beings living. Uh, let's, I always stand by that. We are supernatural beings living in physical life. So you have an energy, you have a spirit, you have things, whether it's your living spirit itself, in you, whether it's what's going on mentally with you. Like you said, you haven't been a spiritual person, but you've been curious about the spiritual side. So um, it's hard for me to put into words because I'm still a student myself
Okay.
in this aspect. But it's it's like when you ever been in a room where everything is going good, but then that one person just comes in and sucks the life out of the room. Their
Yeah.
attitude is just terrible.
Yeah.
That's energy. That's the energy that you can give. If you are not aware of how to set boundaries and not allow that person's energy to affect you, it can shift your energy and shift and drain you. And then you're with an attitude and you're irritated and you don't even know why. So getting a tarot reading is us tapping into that field, but it's also tapping depending on the reader. But depending on the reader, it could be them tapping into also into the spiritual world and opening up and inviting individuals or in different energies to attach to you or attach to themselves to give you a clear reading. So that's just again, I'm still learning, and there's a lot for me to learn. Um, but it is dealing with your spirit itself, your living spirit, of giving somebody the access and that energy of somebody's mood or somebody how somebody thinks or what somebody says or what somebody speaks over you. Those words, those actions have energy that can, if you allow it, can shift the atmosphere or shift you if you allow it.
Okay, what's the downside to getting a tarot card reading outside of the energy?
A downside of getting a reading, um, really depends on the reader. Um, in my opinion, um, like I said, from what I've seen, social media is very big. You have some legitimate tarot card readers out here who know their stuff and is really in tune and really clairvoyant and intuitive on knowing the craft. But then you have people out here who are looking to just make a quick buck. And so the downside is having someone giving someone that access to uh, inside of your energy, and they not having good intention, or they misreading you, or they're giving you bad advice, or giving you bad insight, and it sometimes it can hurt you, but then sometimes it's not gonna change anything in the first place because they don't know what they're doing, and they're just doing it for more so of a
Yeah.
quick buck. So I think just like in any religion or any walk, you have people who try to um, exploit the craft. And so I think that's the downside is being able to find someone that you truly can trust and who really knows the craft and allowing them to have that access to you.
Okay. Well, damn. Because I would have no clue as to like who is a verified tarot reader as opposed to a scam artist at all. Like unless they telling me like Smurfette is gonna show up on my doorstep, some outlandishly ridiculous shit. Yeah, I'm
I
probably
would
like most people.
when it comes to that identifying a scammer, I would say be patient. Um, the little voices or the I would say the little angel on the shoulder or the little voice in the back of your head that's telling you something not right. um, I would pay attention to those voices because those are the spirits that are talking to you, or that's your spirit, your energy, your it could be the walking, the protective spirit that is walking with you. It could be your spiritual guides that are walking with you that are like, yeah, that's not right. Be patient. Don't be eager because one thing you can tell with a scammer. First of all, scammers will hop in your inbox and they will ask you if you can mention, like if you used to mention tarot cards. I think one time I posted something about I forgot what it was, but I had all these bots and people hopping in my inbox. Those true a true spiritual reader, um, from my experience, the craft speaks for themselves. Their reputation, what people say about them, um, will drive you if you are that curious and you are you're looking to tap into the spirit. Pay attention to who you are drawn to because in most situations that could be your spirit drawing you to that person. But pay attention because a true spiritual reader, as I was about to say, most of them is not gonna happen hop in your inbox and ask you for a reading and be like, "Oh, the ancestors um have a message for you, and I want to give it to you." That's
Yeah,
not
yeah,
legitimate. That's
yeah.
a scammer. Um,
If you hop into
if
anybody's
they
inbox and the ancestors is in the first two words of your sentence, it's not gonna go well.
listen, I've had them spot my elekes in my profile picture. They've gone through my because my page is most of the time is public, so I have both my law stuff and my spiritual stuff that sometimes I post on there. And I've had them, oh, the ancestors have a message for you. The Rishas want to speak to you. I'm like, listen, I have legitimate readers around me. If they got a message, they know how to get to me. Not to mention, I have my ways, so I'm good. Stay out my inbox. It's not gonna happen.
Okay, so this is
Um,
what we're gonna have to do then. We're gonna have to get one of your people to come on and do some tarot readings, so I don't have to. I don't have. Well, you know what? Because you brought up some legitimate points that I didn't consider,
mhm.
and I trust you.
Absolutely.
So I
I,
don't.
I, I greatly appreciate it. That feels good to hear.
Well, you shouldn't be surprised. But anyway, I and I know And if I need to, I'll pay for their services. But I do want to, this is something, and looking at some of the people that have reached out that were interested, it's something I
Hmm.
definitely want to. I think I tapped into something that I was unaware that was out there. So
Hmm.
I definitely want to do this show and do it the right way, and I want to feel comfortable getting a reading by somebody that I know is not is nothing but positivity.
Oh, absolutely. I have I'm not sure if you see on my page, but I be broadcasting my godparents out. My godparents are my spiritual teachers. They not now those two don't deal with tarot cards, but they have a botanica, which is a spiritual shop. Um, that delves in and offers those type of service. So we have two practitioners. They're trying to push me into to hone my craft, but I'm still learning, as I said. Um, but we have two in-house practitioners that do tarot reading, and those are the two that I go to, and they're actually my god brother and my god sister, who I can definitely connect with them and see what their timing is looking like, to see if they would be interested. My god brother, he's a little nervous about stuff like this because he's very like personal, so he likes to he'll do it virtually, but he likes to be in his space, and he's very hands on because he's a service to the people. And so, but we always talk about like what can we do to do it the right way, to show people like legitimate
Yeah,
um tarot readers and what it's about and what it's like. So I definitely would love to get them talk to them and see if I can get them on and we schedule something.
yeah.
Um,
Let me know.
because they do readings in the shop a lot, in the botanical shop that we work at. So absolutely, I would love to do that and see how they want to work it out.
Yeah, yeah. Keep me posted, and I got you. Whatever I need to do to make that happen, we're gonna make that happen.
Absolutely.
Yeah, because over like I'm probably gonna have a pastor on at some point because I got some questions. Like it's just a whole I really would like to over the next few months kind of delve into different religions.
Hmm.
And I watched this series on Netflix called Messiah,
Hmm.
and I don't know if you've seen that,
I have not. I heard of it, but I haven't seen
but it's basically Jesus comes back. They don't
it.
call
Okay.
him Jesus, and he really is like a guy that a regular guy with a family, with a brother. Like he grew up knowing something was different about him when you do little flashbacks or whatever. But he ends up like just nigga walks on water. They still hated on him. It was wild seeing so many religions call him a fraud.
Hmm.
And they like the U.S. government did everything like they completely undermined this guy because they saw him as a threat. It was just an interesting view of what it would be like if you believe in Jesus coming back. I could see everything that happened in this series happening because like how do how do you really believe him outside of seeing with your own two eyes, especially now with AI everywhere, like the difficulty with Jesus coming back nowadays would be people not believing him.
Hmm.
And then the people that did believe him, when the government did the hit job on his character, they stopped believing him. And at the end of the series, this man brought back two people from the dead, but nobody saw it.
Hmm.
Like it was just a, and it just so much going on that seeing it at this time in my life, and I've had the surgery a few years ago, and
Hmm.
since then I've been everything has been different as far as how I view spirituality, my finality, death, where I'm going. I saw somebody say, "Hey, matter of fact, I think it was in this series, like, are you willing to put your soul on the line now?"
Hmm.
And I'm not.
What do they mean by that?
If you believe that there is a judgment day,
Okay.
are you willing to put your soul up for judgment now?
Ooh, that's interesting. Okay.
And I would argue that most people are not.
I would argue most people are not.
And in the scene where that question was asked, the only people that stepped forward were children.
That is understandable. They are
It
innocent
shouldn't
naturally.
be, because they were at
They
the
should.
they were in Israel, and I forget what that temple is, but the holiest place on the earth. You would think that there would be some adults there that are willing, that believe that their soul is pure enough to get them into heaven.
Um, you would think so. And I think that, and this gonna speak to my Christian upbringing, and what I know. When it comes to adults, adults are so hypocritical and judgmental that the reason why I don't think that they think that they're of pure heart, because most humans' intentions are not as good as they may seem. And from my days growing up Christian, I remember being the one to challenge when people would say and have an issue when they say, "Come to God as you are." And so people took that to mean that, especially Christians, took it to mean that it was their job to fix them before they got to God. Hold on a second. Not in this building. Sorry about that. I told you I'm on campus.
That's
Um,
okay.
so yeah, a lot of people took it as they needed to fix that person, but in the process of trying to fix that person, they would come off judgmental and more so judging that person. Like, there was a discussion that I
Yeah.
had. My mom tricked me, and this probably was a couple of years ago when I'm no longer a Christian. Had me go to this program at church, at my old home church, and she had me, and they were talking about how bringing people to God and how they supposed to be and not supposed to be judgmental and things of that nature. Um, and one of the things that they talked about was the way people dressed, and how people would come into church and how they would dress. And so, me growing up in that church, it was a lot of elders that was sitting in this program. And I remember growing up, my days growing up, that I seen them talk about people. I
Oh, like
literally
a
just,
dog.
yeah, talk about people, talk about the way they dressed and the way they came in church. And so I told them, I told my mom when I realized what she sent me into. I said, all right, when you start getting phone calls because I done hurt people's feelings, I don't want to hear nothing. So you sent me into the lion's den, and I'm gonna come out unscathed now. Um, so I raised my hand, and they was asking, like, how do we fix that? And I told them, I said, one thing, you gotta acknowledge and take accountability for where you're wrong and where you come off judgmental and hypocritical. I said, because I said a lot of times y'all take and say God, come to God as who you are. I said, but y'all forget that I um y'all forget that your job is to bring them to God and allow God to fix them. It's not your job to fix them before they get to God.
Yeah.
You're supposed to be the person that when they meet you, they want to know God because of who your character is
Yeah.
and who your reputation is, not what you say and do in the church, not how you are at church on the front pew every Sunday, not because you on every single board in the church and you ushering and on the usher board and you pay your tithe. No, it's supposed to be your character that speaks for you to bring them to God. I said a
Absolutely.
lot of y'all will sit here and y'all think that your job is to fix them. No, you're supposed to bring them to God and allow God to fix them. And so when I said that, of course, the elders in the room who I grew up around, I ain't never talked about nobody a day in my life. I ain't do this. That's to see what we not gonna do here.
Is
Is
lie.
we're not gonna be naive. We're
Right.
not gonna play naive, and we're not gonna sit here and lie in the church. I said, because now you really, I said, because remember, I said, y'all talking to this new crowd. I said, but don't forget, I grew up in this church, and a lot of y'all I watched talk about people. I said, I may not can say that when I was a child, because I stayed in a child's place. However, I'm a full grown adult now, and I can remember a lot of the things and a lot of the harsh things that y'all have said about people that turn people away from the church. And so I think a lot of people, when they say that their souls are not ready or they don't feel their souls is ready, is because not everybody walks in good character.
No.
And that's one of the key things that I love. It's not condemning you because your sin is greater than mine or better than mine. It's
You
not
know what I call
my
those?
religion.
Sin snobs.
I seen that when you posted that, and that makes sense because
Because they think that their sins are somehow less worse than your sins.
yes, and the Bible has said that all have sinned and fall short of God. But in my and in the religion that I practice now, one thing I love about it is it's based on accountability, so to speak. There's more to it than accountability, but it's based on accountability. There is a thing we call Iwa Pele, and I may be pronouncing it wrong because I'm still working on my Yoruba, but it translates to English to good character. And Ifa, who is one of the orishas that and one of the divination tools that we use, tells us that we have to walk in good character. That means that he knows and understands that we are not perfect. We will make mistakes. However, when your intentions are genuine and good, you are walking and you're doing what you can to walk in good character. That's
Yeah.
what makes you a good person.
Yeah.
It's not how many times can I sit on the front pew and sing in the choir or usher or pay my tithes.
Yeah.
It's
It's
more
not
so
just
what are you
status in your
doing
religion.
right? It's what are you doing to your community to service your community?
Yeah.
What are you doing to give back? Are you a mean and nasty person, or do you genuinely care about people? And there's times where I may not. I have an attitude. I have a temper, and there's times where I have know I was wrong, know I was completely wrong, and have went through the week and come up on a prayer day and go to my Isha, and my Isha be like, come to this coffin and have a seat because your character wasn't good this week, and it's not bestowing to you because you were not doing what you were supposed to do. You did something wrong, and then half of the time I know what I did wrong because I was in my attitude, I was in my ego, and knew I wasn't supposed to do it, and was like, well, you know what, you got that because I knew I wasn't supposed to do that in the first place. And I did it because I got caught up in my ego. So my bad. I'm gonna take that back, and I apologize for that, and I'm gonna work on it. And so it works hand in hand with taking and acknowledging your faults and embracing those faults, but always working towards to make yourself a better person. It's not saying you got to be perfect,
Yeah.
but you just got to be willing to do the work. And part of that is just being a good human in general, just taking accountability for your actions, knowing, having emotional intelligence. And this is things that people mostly, when you don't think about those things, you think about relationships. But you have all different types of relationships. You have personal, you have business, you have romantic relationships. You have all those types of relationships. All of them require communication and accountability and just being a good human. Emotional intelligence. As I
And
stated, there's times where I'm acting out of ego.
but
I can acknowledge that now.
I think that's the for every religion, and I'm no religious expert or anything, but from
Right.
my limited view of most major religions, that's the essence of the religion. Be a good person.
Hmm.
It's just man gets involved and fucks everything up,
Absolutely.
and that
Because
that
we
that
take
that really be
advantage of
my
relationships.
Yeah, that be my problem with religion. It ain't the book, it's the readers. It's the people that wrote the book. You
Mm-hmm.
know, my guy Bird on Facebook was pointing out, that the Ethiopian Bible is got way more books in it than the New Testament or the Old Testament or the King James version, and it's much older by a lot.
Mm-hmm.
But somehow that's not the popular version on the planet. That doesn't
Mm-mm.
even make sense to me. Like the fact that
Nope.
the Vatican went through and said, no, we don't want this book or this book for whatever reason doesn't make sense to me. Like what is it about those particular books that, and why do you get to make that choice?
Yeah. What are you hiding?
Yeah.
What is there to hide?
What is the
Um.
angle? What are you trying to slant the view? I should be able to get everything that you telling me God basically wrote these books. Even though
Mhm.
man may have penned them, it was vis-a-vis God. Okay, then
Mhm.
who are you to tell me which part of what God wrote down I should look at?
Yeah, it's not relevant to my life. Like,
Yeah,
who are you?
I don't
Um,
know.
and that's one of the main purposes, the main reasons why I fall back from a lot of religions. Like I've studied a few. I'm not an expert myself. I can speak more on Christianity and my current religion than I can any others. But um, I've studied Islam, not Muslim, Islam. Um, I've studied Book of Mormons, which I think that's another version of Christianity, in my opinion. Um, and one thing is, when I came and transitioned into the religion that I'm in now, which brings me peace. It brings me blessings. It brings me calmness. It services me. It services every aspect and every need of my life, of what I require. And one of the misinterpretations that irks me from Christians, and this is Christians that personally knows me, is the first thing they say is, well, if you fix your relationship with God, things would, when I hit a rough patch, if you fix your relationship with God, things would go a lot better. And my response to that is, who said I don't have a relationship with God?
Yeah, that's a
Who are
wild
you?
premise.
Yeah, who are you to define my relationship with God? That's my problem. And so when you say something like that to me, oh, I quickly exit the conversation because there's nothing else we need to talk about because you already done came out wrong um, with interpreting and saying that I don't have a relationship with God. Because if you knew me in 2012, 13, up until now, oh, baby, God has been very prominent in my life. I have been blessed is an understatement. And the things that I went through were nothing but God bringing me out of a tough situation and bringing me into a better one every time I turned around. So for you to sit here and say, if you fix your relationship, because I hit a rough patch, because there is never, no religion promises you all milk and honey
Yeah,
only when you leave this world, but not on earth. You
yeah.
already, even in the Bible, it promises you hell on earth. Um, because you're born into hell, pretty much. So you are guaranteed to have some trials and tribulations. Not every day. If you don't have the bad days, you won't respect and
Appreciate
honor
the
the
good
good ones.
days.
Yes. And so just because I have a bad day or I have a bad moment, I'm in a tough spot, doesn't mean that my faith is shaking or my faith is wavering. It just means because I have a track record of 100% coming out of every single one of my bad days. So therefore, my relationship with God
Must be
should
doing
not be
something
a
right.
question of yours.
Yeah.
Exactly. My relationship with God is not a question. But it's also not my job to interpret and define and give and explain to you my relationship with God, because whatever my calling is, whatever my path, whatever my destiny is, it was not a conference call. Major business.
That's between you and your God.
Exactly. And so yeah, so that's my take on that. Hi.
Well, Imani, I truly appreciate you taking the time out of your busy schedule to chop it up
No
with me.
problem, no problem.
This has definitely helped my soul. I know I do apologize that we didn't do no tarot readings today, but
It's so
this
good.
you know, some of these shows is for others, and some of these shows is for me, and this is one of those that just happened to be for me. So I appreciate you as always.
Absolutely.
Yo, and
Absolutely.
if you ever well, I don't. I know my best friend is a lawyer. If you need anything,
Absolutely. And I don't mind it. I have figured out what track and what law I'm going into, so I have a lot of things on the horizon that I'm working on right now. Um, so definitely I would love to link. I'm going to be in criminal defense,
yeah, that's
touching into
exactly
human
what he
rights.
does.
Yeah, touching in human rights here and there, but my main focus will be post conviction. Um, I have just was appointed justice of our fraternity, as well as special events coordinator of Black Law Student Association. I didn't make that announcement, but yeah. So I have a lot of things on the horizon. So I love to link. I love to network with people who are like minded like me. Because it's narrowing down. Next year I'll be taking the bar, and I'll be ready to give folks hell, as I say. So
Yeah, well, you
um,
know, you know the one we've been rocking with you for a minute,
absolutely, absolutely. So
so
that's
we
me,
proud
and
of you.
thank you, thank you, thank you. So yeah, I would definitely be in touch with my god sister and my god brother, to see if we can get them on, and definitely meet and connect with you to see if we can get a schedule worked out to get them on the show, to see if that's something that we can make happen.
All right, well, do. Well, let me go ahead and get out of here. I got to eat and take my ass to bed. I got to work in the morning. It
Absolutely.
is
You have a good
always
one.
a pleasure talking to you. You have a phenomenal day.
Thank you. You do the same.
All right, peace out.
Bye bye.
Yo, that was just a beautiful conversation as always with Imani. Man, love her to death. Man, she is like when you see her on TV in some big case in 4 or 5 years, you'll understand what we've been seeing for years. I do apologize. It's spiritually gifted. We just got the time zones a little messed up there. It happens to the best of us. We will be running this back and do some tarot card readings. And actually, we're gonna see what Amani can fix up for us in that aspect. This has been Jobs. This has been another episode of Intellectually Petty Radio. And let me see who we got coming on next week. Oh, this is so dope. Anthony White from the Detroit Youth Choir, the artistic director. That's gonna be fire. And Melody Fresher will be on tomorrow. I mean, next week too, next Thursday at 5 o'clock. That's going to be so dope because the Christian faith stand on the principle of believing in the Trinity and accepting Jesus as your Lord and Savior to be right. That was a good combo. Thanks for sharing. Thank you. Yeah, it definitely was. I like the convo myself, so you know I'm a little biased, but I like the combo. And this is like I say, this is kind of like something that I've been thinking about for a while, and I kind of want to delve into religion in different aspects in future shows, and for personal reasons. Anyway, and shout out to you, Etta. Definitely appreciate that. And yeah, yo, make sure y'all send y'all thoughts, prayers, and money. Etta put the cash out for Grandmaster J in the comments. And make sure y'all support the brother. You know, if I'm not mistaken, he had heart surgery. I hope he's doing well. I know exactly how that is and how that feels, minus to being in prison part. So you know, my prayers are with the brother. Anyway, I'll see y'all back next week. I do appreciate everything. It's just y'all have the support over the years has been phenomenal, man. Anyway, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share the YouTube channel Intellectually Petty Radio, and don't forget to go to justice the number 4 gmj.com, and that is in the comments on the YouTube page from Etta Lucas. Don't forget to go to justice the number 4 the letters G imani.mj.com and support the brother. On that note, I'm out. Y'all have a good one.